In our consumer news this morning, in Madison, the state assembly passing a bill targeting SNAP benefits. That measure would block the use of SNAP to buy soda and candy. Supporters say it promotes healthier choices. Opponents argue it limits options for low-income families. 18 other states have similar restrictions.
We already banned alcohol and tobacco, for instance, for purchase with SNAP benefits. Why are we allowing people to buy food that's absolute poor for their health?
The bill heads to the state Senate next if it passes there, the governor's desk. And the assembly passing two more bipartisan women's health bills. One would extend postpartum Medicaid coverage from 60 days to a full year. This would allow low-income women above the poverty line to keep receiving care for conditions like postpartum depression.
Postpartum is a period that lasts a lot longer than the 6 to 12 weeks that women are usually allowed, and expanding the postpartum Medicaid coverage for 12 months is going to be huge for women in Wisconsin.
The other bill will require insurance providers to cover secondary breast cancer exams. This would apply to women with a high risk of developing the disease. Both bills now headed to the governor's desk. And with SCOTUS's new tariff ruling, a lot could change for consumers. Michelle Renee Quinn takes a look.
Major U.S. companies continue to pass tariff costs on to consumers. The Supreme Court ruling applies only to products tariffed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Now, that includes apparel, electronics, toys and sporting goods, smartphones, coffee from places like Brazil, and beef products. The ruling shields U.S. taxpayers from those larger tax increases and wipes out nearly 3/4 of the new tax revenue the Trump administration expected. But many other tariffs and import taxes remain. With President Trump's new tariff move after this ruling, there's still a lot of uncertainty.
My hope is that this decision stops the chaos in how these tariffs are being implemented, because business needs stability, trade needs stability.
President Trump has announced another 10% tariff on steel, lumber, copper, and auto parts for 150 days unless Congress extends it, on top of existing tariffs on many Chinese imports that already raise prices. The uncertainty is shaking global markets. European stocks opened lower, and EU lawmakers plan an emergency meeting on whether to suspend the U.S.-EU trade deal. The bottom line is tariffs are still here, so consumers will keep paying more overall, but this ruling should offer some relief. Economists are also pointing out the refund process for companies that already paid these tariffs remains unclear.
And in response to the SCOTUS ruling, Senate Democrats want the government to refund $175 billion in tariff payments. The Tariff Refund Act would require full refunds with interest to U.S. importers and businesses within 180 days.